Coach, where do we start with this one? I guess we got to start with the seniors. Just a special night for them. A game that you didn't have to have, but you had to have it.
They were awesome, Marc and Jace. And, when you talk about senior night, there's added pressure because you want to do it and go out right. And there was so much that went into this game. We're talking about a team that's, that they're 9-8, we're 8-9, and we're battling for that spot. They beat us by 50 at their place, and it's senior night. And but there's just so much that goes into it. I couldn't be any happier for these seniors, Jace and Marc. Jace is just, he's a rock. They're both 5-year guys. And, as far as Marc Matthews goes, I don't think in my entire coaching life I've ever been tougher on a kid over 5 years than I've been on Marc. And he's awesome. He's the most loyal guy. And, a shout out goes to his family, his mom, his dad, his sister. If you, and I was talking to his dad before the game, and I said, for a coach at the college level and the high school level, if every single parent and if every dad was like Dave Matthews and every set of parents was like Marc's parents, coaching would be even better than it already is. They are just a model family, and they've been so awesome and supportive, even though I've been getting on Marc for 5 straight years. Wow, so it's just, I'm so happy for those guys.
Talk about a player, the night's about the seniors. Talk about Kendall Denham. Brent and I were talking, I think this might be the best game I've ever seen him witness in person. The numbers were there, but just the hustle, the defense, he played out of his mind.
Kendall was awesome. He hit those huge shots. He kind of came of age today, and that's what a 4th-year guy should do. And so, with Jace leaving now, the mantle is kind of Kendall, so we're excited about that.
Now, you mentioned earlier, Matthews hit the game winner against Anchorage, a great moment in his career. But you said that we're hoping that's not the best moment. We hope there's moments to come. Now that starts to come a little bit more into focus as the race to the GNAC tournament heats up. You still have a huge road trip to Oregon, but you got done tonight what you needed to do. Talk about going into that trip and still finishing the season strong.
Well, we feel like that it's a huge week coming up, and we know that we feel like if we can get one of those two this week, we feel like we're probably in. Obviously, you want to go get both of them, but tonight was big for just so many reasons. I felt like it was one of the bigger games that we've been a part of since I've been here at home. It was a great crowd too. I was really impressed with how the people came out. Hopefully they can start eating cake or something. We got cake out in the middle there, so.
Yeah, we'll get Marc in here and let him go.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Thanks, it was awesome. Another fun year at home, and we want to hopefully build on this and move forward next week and go get a couple wins in Oregon.
All right, MSUB coach Jamie Stevens. We'll get Marc Matthews over here. Well, Marc, it was an emotional night from the start. The senior night ceremony, your dad here, getting to take it all in. Talk about what was going through your head leading up to this game, even today, the week heading into it, knowing it's your last time playing here.
Yeah, going into practice, it was weird. Like, this is my last preparation for home games, and then when the day came tonight, I ain't gonna lie, it was tougher than I thought it was gonna be to play, especially after the ceremony started off. It was like, all right, I just gotta let the emotions get to me, start playing, and then first half's kind of up and down, but once I settled into the game, the second half, my game came to me, so.
23 points. You and Preston Beverly led the Jackets in that department tonight, and just a signature type game from you. You hit 6 threes, and you just looked like you were into a rhythm and feeling it from the arc.
Yeah, the second half I really got going early, and the first half I was trying to get into it, but like I said, the emotions kind of got to me, and once I settled into the game, my teammates was finding me when I started getting open shots, and I was lucky to make shots too. So.
Found a picture earlier today of you and Jay sitting on the end of the bench. Yeah. The 2012-13 season, you got pretty close. You guys were red shirts that season. He's behind you now, going to come over and talk to us after. Can you put that into words and what it means to win on senior night with him?
Yeah, I mean, when I saw that picture, it was just like crazy how long we came from then, just looking how young we looked and coming in as 18, now, 23 years old, and now we just know we were sitting at the end of the bench, as the red shirts, and now we just played our last home game. It's crazy how fast it came too. So
Well, Marc, we're going to let you go enjoy some cake with your family and teammates. Hey, best of luck in the rest of the regular season and hoping for that playoff push from here
All right,
on
thank
out.
you. Appreciate it.
All right, Marc Matthews, senior, and we'll have Jace Anderson step over here. Jace Anderson, a special senior night. We just heard the thoughts from Marc. It was an emotional ceremony before the game. Give us your perspective on what that was like walking out with your parents and 5 years of memories.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, 5 years, you wouldn't believe how fast it's gone. I mean, we've had our ups and downs, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. And it meant a lot to come out here and play our last game in front of all my friends and family and my teammates. And it was a great experience tonight.
Now, we got to ask, we can't hear what's said in the locker room or around the team, but you knew how big this game was.
Yeah, we all were.
That you had to win. What did you and Marc try to impart on the team as leaders before the game, in practice, even at halftime when it was really close?
I mean, we just tell the guys, every day, this game wasn't much different than our last three, what we've been talking about, but we just got to come out and play our butts off, and the rest of it's going to take care of ourselves. We can just play as hard as we can play and get some stops. Defense is where it all starts, and our offense will take care of itself. And tonight it did. We made enough shots down the stretch to keep that lead, and the guys played hard. I'm proud of all of them.
Now, it's not your last game with the team. You guys have 2 more regular season games, and then if things go right, a chance to play in the GNAC tournament. But you had a connection with Marc Matthews the last 5 years. You had a connection with another guy on the court tonight for longer than that. I want you to talk about Kendall Denham because he just played one of the best games of his career.
Yeah, Kendall's awesome. I mean, he's a scrapper. Kendall's going to give everything he's got every night, and that's what I love about him. And he played huge tonight. We wouldn't have won that game without Kendall tonight, and proud of him.
Lastly, just tell us what it's like being in this gym. You spent so much time in here. You've been so much. We saw you go down on the baseline down there last year. Your season ended with an injury. You've come back and just stolen the show now as a senior. What has it meant to play here and to go out with a win in your final home game?
I mean, it means everything. I mean, that was the low point of my career, and to have to go through all I did to come back and end it like this in Alterowitz, I mean, you can't beat it. And that team beat us by 50 earlier in the year, so that makes it a little more sweeter.
Jace Anderson and the Jackets go on the road next week to close the regular season as they make a final push towards the GNAC Championships. Jace, thanks for your time. Have you go enjoy some cake with your family and friends.
All right, appreciate it, Evan.
And that'll do it for us here from Alterowitz Gym. Yellowjackets 92, St. Martin's 83. A big win for the Jackets as they stay alive in the race towards Lacey.